Hernando County isn't for everyone. I'm here to help you figure out if it might be right for you. In this video, I'm going to walk you through who thrives here, who struggles, the real cost of living, and the lifestyle adjustments that most people underestimate, and a set of honest questions that you should sit with before you seriously consider a move. I'm Angelo Marcello, a real estate agent here in Hernando County, and I chose to build my life here. But I'm not going to pretend it's perfect or that it's right fit for everybody. I've actually talked clients out of moving here, and I'll tell you why. Let me set the context. Hernando County is about an hour north of Tampa, and the main population centers are Brooksville and Spring Hill. Brooksville, which is also the county seat of Hernando County. Then we have Spring Hill, which is the largest community. And we also have Weeki Wachee, which is mostly known for the springs and state parks. The county has approximately 213,000 people as of 2025 and has been growing about 2% annually. It has grown over 30% since 2010, and most people are relocating from other parts of Florida and from out of state. That growth has brought about tremendous changes. The locals will tell you about it. Roads that used to be 2 lanes are now 6 lanes. And we have traffic that just didn't exist 10 years ago. But compared to Tampa, it's nothing. Not even a quarter of the traffic you deal with down there. Here's how I describe Hernando County to people who've never been here before. It's like living in the mountains without the mountains. It's hilly. There are ranches everywhere. Horse farms, cattle. Brooksville used to have more cows than people at one time. It's country living, but with a BJ's and a Sam's Club and restaurants within 15-20 minutes of everything. And the vibe is casual. No jackets or suits here. Shorts and t-shirts year round. It's an easy, laid-back lifestyle. And if that sounds appealing, keep on watching. Well, based on my experience living here and helping people move here, these are the profiles that tend to thrive here. Retirees and pre-retirees looking for space and affordability. If you're on a fixed income or if you want to stretch your retirement savings, the cost of living here is meaningfully lower than Tampa, St. Pete, or even most of South Florida, with median home prices just around $330,000 versus $460,000 in Tampa. Your housing dollars go further. I tell people all the time, the homes in the neighborhood behind me are selling for $800,000 to $900,000. That's Southern Hills, beautiful planned community here in Brooksville. Those same houses in Tampa or St. Pete would be $2 to $3 million. So the value here is real. People who want quiet and space, well, you're in the right place. If you're leaving a crowded metro area and want room to breathe, less traffic, less noise, this area delivers. And that's not marketing. It's just the reality of a less densely populated county. Now let's talk about nature lovers. If you're a nature lover like myself, the springs, the state forest, the Gulf access, the wildlife, Weeki Wachee River, Crystal River, kayaking with the manatees, one of the only places in the country where you can actually touch manatees. If outdoor recreation is important to your quality of life, well, Hernando County just might be your place. If your job is location independent and you don't need airport access or city amenities regularly, you can live here for less as well. Snowbirds looking for a landing spot? Some people might split time between here and up north. I sold a home to a couple from New Hampshire, where I'm originally from. They knew they didn't want to be in the city. They wanted to be north of Tampa. So I showed them a couple of different homes in different 55+ communities, and they fell in love with one. They found a pool home on a golf course. The community has everything from $300,000 homes to multi-million-dollar homes. It has a great social scene, something going on every day if you wanted it. And it reminded them of New Hampshire because it's a country setting. They're not going back. This is exactly what they were looking for. So who should probably look elsewhere? I believe in being honest about this. Hernando County is not going to work for everyone. If you need urban amenities, restaurants, nightlife, cultural events, walkable neighborhoods, those things exist. But in Tampa, not here. If that's important to your daily life, you'll probably be frustrated here. Everyone here is already in bed by 8 o'clock. I'm only half joking. If you want to go out at 9 o'clock at night, this is not the place for you. But If you work in Tampa and don't want to commute and you're an hour each way every day, it adds up. Of course, you thought it through and you're fine with that. It might be that way where you're living now. If you have specialized medical needs, HCA Florida Oak Hill Hospital in TGH or Tampa General Hospital, Brooksville, handle the most basic and many acute care needs locally. But we actually have a new Moffitt Cancer Center that just opened about 20 minutes down the parkway, the Suncoast Parkway, which is a big deal. There's going to be like 4,000 employees just working at this campus. But for other specialists and major research hospitals, you're driving to Tampa. And for some, that's a deal breaker. If you want to be close to the beach, well, that's a big one too. People move to Florida thinking Florida is just beaches and palm trees. Hernando County is not beaches and palm trees. Yes, we have some palm trees, but it's not that typical palm tree that you vision driving down the road with palm trees going up. We do have Hernando Beach, which is great for boating and for fishing on the Gulf, but it's not a beach. Hernando Beach, it's a funny name. I don't know why it's called Hernando Beach. There's no beach. There is one man-made beach close by called Pine Island, and it's about 30 minutes from downtown Brooksville. If you get bored easily, and I say this with respect, some people need constant stimulation, need new things to do and places to go. Hernando County is not that. If quiet sounds like boring to you, this isn't your place. I had clients from Toronto, a nice couple, money to spend. They came up here looking to buy, toured some properties with me, and ultimately decided Brooksville was just too country for them. They wanted to be closer to the beaches, closer to the action. That's not a failure on anyone's part, it's just a fit issue. They made the right call for themselves. The question to sit with before you take a trip down here or start looking at listings, I encourage you to honestly answer a few questions. What am I actually trying to get away from? Is it cost, crowds, weather, stress? Get really specific because different places solve different problems. Hernando County solves the problem of costs and crowds. It doesn't solve everything. Another question you could ask yourself is, what do I need to be happy on a Tuesday afternoon? Not a vacation, a regular day. What does that look like for you? Does Hernando County support that? If your answer involves walking to a coffee shop in a bustling downtown, this is not the place. If your answer involves sitting by the pool, playing golf, or kayaking in a spring, this is the right spot. So another question you can ask yourself is, how often do I realistically need to be in a city? If it's monthly, you can make this work. If it's weekly, you might want to be a little closer. Wesley Chapel is about 30 minutes from here, and it has everything. Factory outlets, malls, every shop you can think of, a Crystal Lagoon, and it even has a Whole Food and a Lifetime Fitness coming soon. So that might be a better middle ground if you want access, but not the full Tampa price tag. Another question you need to ask yourself is, how far do I want to be from the beach? And I ask every single client this because people come to Florida with beach in their head. And Brooksville is not beach. If you need sand and waves as part of your regular life, then you'll probably need to adjust your search radius to meet your expectations. So what's my plan for building a social life? Small towns require more intentional effort to build community. The 55 plus communities help with this because they have built-in social structure. But if you're buying a standalone home and you need to put yourself out there, are you prepared for that? Am I running towards something or running away from something? Another good question. Either can work, but the answer affects how your move will feel. The people who do best here are running towards something specific: peace and quiet, nature and affordability and value. The people who struggle are usually just running away from something else without knowing what they actually want. So here's the honest summary. Hernando County is a good fit for a specific type of person at a specific life stage. It offers affordability, space, natural beauty, and a slower pace of life. It does not offer urban convenience, career opportunities, or constant entertainment. The people who love it here really love it here. And I'm one of them. I'm from New Hampshire originally, as I mentioned before, and I could live anywhere in Florida, and I chose Brooksville. Again, it's like living in the mountains without the mountains. And the value is insane compared to Tampa. The lifestyle here is easy. 6 or 7 months out of the year, the weather is absolutely gorgeous. I call it our California weather. Mid-70s, low humidity. The people who struggle usually had expectations that don't match reality. They want beach and bought inland. They want action and bought country. They want walkable but bought rural. None of those are bad things to want. They're just not what Hernando County offers. I'm Angelo Marcello. I chose to live and work in Hernando County because it fits my life. It might fit yours too, or it might not. Either answer is fine. If you want to keep researching, I got videos on specific towns like Brooksville, the best 55 plus communities in the area, and what to expect when you actually make the move. And if you want to have a real conversation about whether this area makes sense for your situation, reach out. No pitch, just honest answers. Let's figure this out together.